Good morning, it's Monday. A friend of mine, it's actually one of my clients, we were chatting away about mental health, just about mental health in general, and he said to me, Lee, have you ever thought about doing a pod class or like a vlog class, if that's actually a thing? I think I just made that word up, didn't I? So I said, do you know what, yes, it's something I've thought about in the past, but wasn't too sure if anyone would really be interested. So I thought, do you know what, I'll try it, right? We'll see what happens. So it's Monday morning, I'm very tired, I haven't slept particularly well, which is normal for me. So really what I'm going to do is just document like a week in the life of living with mental health, I suppose, or mental health issues. Now that doesn't mean that I wake up every day really sad or really depressed or anything like that, but there are days and there are times and certain days when I have peaks and troughs. You know, your mental health can go up and go down. So I thought it'd just be interesting, just more than anything, just out of interest, to document it. So that's what I'm going to do. So it's Monday, I feel tired right now. My anxiety levels are fairly high. They tend to be high when I'm tired. I think that's standard, really. I'm starting a brand new class tonight in a brand new venue, so my nerves are slightly high because of that. Again, there's that anxiety behind it. For me, I've been running boxing for fitness classes, forget the COVID interruption, for around about 4 years, nearly 5 years. So you think by now I'll be, really secure in what I do. In myself, I know that my classes are really good. The numbers tell me that, the people that keep returning tell me that. But at the same time, I still also have that same anxiety. Will people turn up? Oh my God, how many people are going to turn up? What if only 3 people turn up? What if only 2 people turn up? It's quite a scary place to be sometimes. So anyway, so I'm going to document today. So far, anxiety levels are fairly high. I'm on my way to train my first client. So I know once I start training my client, my anxiety levels drop anyway, because I feel I'll get into the, get into the zone, as it were. So I'll catch you in a bit. Okay, so I've just not long been back from training my client. It was a 2-to-1 this morning. And honestly, you can't underestimate the power of, although I wasn't exercising myself, I'm there, I'm present, and I'm sort of going through the motions with my clients, if that makes sense. So I feel almost like I've had a workout myself. Now I am actually going to go and train myself in a little while. I'm just going to have a little bit of breakfast, wait an hour or so, then go and train myself, because that will really elevate how I'm feeling. So the difference on how I'm feeling between when I first spoke to you on the way to training someone to how I feel now are two worlds apart. I was feeling anxious, I was feeling nervous, I was feeling tired, I was feeling just a bit like unsure about the day, really. I feel 10 times better. The other thing is, well, I didn't film it, I was going to. Where I live, I'm very, very blessed, because I live by the water, and I've got a walkway that walks all the way around by the river. And honestly, just walking out in nature, please don't ever underestimate the power of nature. Like, just get out and go for a walk. And I know that's very simple and very easy, sort of off the cuff statement to say, but honestly, it's the truth. Like, we all moan about the UK, right? We all do. It's too cold, it's too windy, it's too hot. I mean, we're a nightmare. I mean, it's been really warm and we're like, it's too hot. It's like that scene from The In-Between, isn't it? It's hot, probably too hot. And we do that as British people, we do that, right? But the other thing that I do, so some little hints and tips, if this helps you personally, is when you're feeling down, and I've always referred to it, said to my friends before, I just want to bury my head under the duvet and hide. And I've done that many times, literally just buried it under and pretend the world doesn't exist, and hope that when you lift the duvet on from away from your face, that everything's going to be better. It's not. Like, you are literally burying your head in the sand or burying your head under a duvet. So actually, sometimes just getting out of the house, it's so hard. It's so easy to fall into social anxiety. There are sometimes when I go to Tesco's pretty much every day, really. I'm a nightmare shopper. I should just go and buy a big load of shopping. I do sometimes, but 9 times out of 10 I end up just buying bits and bobs. But I also use it as a reason to get out. So actually, I do use it as a good reason, because it means if I do have time in between, or I have a day off on a Sunday or something like that, and I've not got nothing too much planned, it means I actually have to get out of the house. right? And then once I've done it, I feel much better. And actually, once I'm out, I want to stay out. So just you know, small increments, tiny steps. There's a book called, I think it's called Small Steps or Tiny Steps. I'll find it and I'll show you when I find it. But and that is with this. Just try not to make it too big chunks. You know, break it down into smaller problems rather than big. Your problem will feel this big, right? If you just sort of break it down into little increments. And actually, the first port of call is, right, I feel like crap. I'm anxious, I'm nervous, I feel, you know, I don't want to talk to anyone. Just get out for a walk. You don't have to talk to someone. Put some earphones in if you want. Try not to take your phone with you. That's one piece of advice I would give you, is unless you want to take photos of your environment, leave your phone at home if you can do that. That's an option. I appreciate that you might want to have your phone on in case people need you for emergencies. But I try and leave my phone at home as often as I can, and I find that very therapeutic. Anyway, so that's just the morning. So we're at 20 to 11. So I've got the rest of the day to go. I'm gonna have some food and then I'll come back and document the rest of the day, and I'll speak to you in a bit. So it's still Monday, it's 2:25. Look at the state of that. I've just finished a workout. I look like a fried tomato, but at least it shows I've worked hard, right? So as you can probably tell, I'm a lot more upbeat than I was this morning. Now, obviously you can argue that it's just because I've woken up and it's further in the day. Actually, so I've just been eating. The truth of the matter is I've just exercised and now I feel amazing. And that is the truth. You cannot underestimate the power of exercise. It's the most rewarding drug there is on earth, essentially, okay, if you want to call it a drug. So, you know, just don't underestimate the power of that. The other thing I was going to say is you've got to be accountable. So me as a boxing instructor, I have to be accountable for myself. Now, I'm not going to lie, and I'm very upfront and very open about sometimes about my lack of fitness that I do myself. Now, every single day I hold boxing pads, right? I get a right workout. Sometimes I'm training 4 to 5 clients a day, one-to-one clients, and I might run a couple of classes in the evening. I'm always holding pads. Now, when I hold pads, obviously that's a workout, right? Because I'm working these people holding pads. I'm not just standing there like slapping pads or flapping pads. And but essentially what's happening with that, it's a bit like a weightlifter lifting the same weight continuously and expecting their body to grow. It won't. It just plateaus. It stops. That's what happens with my body. Is I'm doing the same thing day in, day out, and my body just goes yeah. And for me to lose weight and to maintain some sort of okay physique, I have to train myself. Trying to find a time sometimes isn't always easy, but I'm not going to use that as an excuse. However, I do sometimes get lazy, and I'm going to be the first person to say that. I'll just say this really quickly and I'll move on, but not so long ago I met a personal trainer who is really preachy to their clients. Unfortunately, on social media they portray themselves to only eat healthy food and live a certain lifestyle in a certain way. The reality isn't actually that. Their lifestyle isn't as what they portray it is. It's actually they do the same thing that they preach to their clients to say not to do, drinking and eating unhealthy foods and stuff like that. I don't do that. You'll never ever hear me say, you know, right, this is a pint of beer, I've gone out. I will never ever say don't drink a pint of beer or don't have a pizza. As long as you work hard and it's justified and it's in moderation, then it's fine. Obviously, if you come to me and it'll be funny, you're 20 stone and you're trying to lose weight, and you come to me in 6 months, you go, I can't lose any weight. I look at your lifestyle and you're drinking and eating all the wrong things, and of course we'll have a conversation, but I don't ever preach. So I think you've got to be accountable for yourself. I need to be accountable. How dare I stand up in front of my clients and ask them to do certain exercises if I can't do that myself? I've seen some personal trainers who can't actually get through a whole session of something they're about to go and teach. Where's that? Like, that doesn't work, right? I purposely, and I haven't been for a couple of weeks, but I'm going again tomorrow. I haven't been. I go to my own boxing sessions. I have my own trainer. Yeah, my own coach is a professional boxer. She's amazing, and I go to her sessions to keep fit. I get absolutely royally destroyed, okay, and I love it, and that's what I should be doing. Because again, how can I ask my clients to do something I can't do myself? It's not fair. So anyway, the moral of this is stay accountable, be accountable. Exercise is the key. Keep exercising. I need to do more of it. I'm here to say that. I know that. But I love it when I do it, and I am going to make a concerted effort to exercise myself more, because one, I was just doing some skipping outside and parts of me were wobbling that I don't wish to wobble, and I'm like, what is going on, right? I can see it in my face just looking in here that I put on weight, and you know, it's one of those things where you say to your friends, have I put on weight? They go, their voice goes up, no, you look fine. Like, you know, people are just being polite, right? Anyway, stay accountable. See you soon. So, in the words of Jay from the In-Betweeners, Monday, completed it, mate. It's 8:20 in the evening. Just finished running my Monday evening class. It's the first time we've run it at that venue. Obviously, it's always good to get the first class out of the way. Of course, I would have liked to have more numbers, but thank you so much for the people that turned up. Hopefully Thursday will be a little bit busier. These things always take time. Plus, I've got to be mindful that it's holiday season. So my daughter's 23 now. So I used to always judge holiday time when my daughter was off from school. So now she doesn't. She doesn't live with me anymore, of course. So anyway, things will get better. Things will pick up. So at the end of the day, I'm feeling okay. I still feel a bit nervous about my classes. I feel a bit nervous that they're not going to pick up in the manner that I'd like them to. But again, that's a fear within me. So that's up to me to get over that fear. That anxiety will always live with me. So really, to take away from today is that I woke up feeling quite anxious, quite nervous, quite not overwhelmed, but just a bit unsure about things. I've gone throughout the day. I felt better and better as the day's gone on. I do tend to plateau a little bit. I do have an underactive thyroid, which I think I've alluded to before. So this time of night, I do tend to get quite kind of sleepy and quite kind of. It's been a busy day, not super busy, but although I have only had I've had 4 one-to-ones and I've run 1 class. So it doesn't sound like much, but in between those, I don't just go home and do nothing. I'm always doing social media, looking at other things, class planning. So even when I'm not working, I'm working. So anyway, so the takeaway from Monday is stay positive, stay active. You know, tomorrow's a new day, and just keep looking forward. And you know, even when things seem like the chips are down, there's always ways around it. You can always, you know, pick yourself up and look at things in a better light. You know, it's very easy to do the glass is half empty, glass is half full scenario. Which side of the fence are you on with that? Sometimes I'm half full, I'm half empty. It depends how my anxiety is what my anxiety is doing on the particular day. So Monday's over with. Tomorrow's a new day. Have a great Monday evening. I know you'll see this next week, but have a great Monday evening, but you'll see this on Monday night next week, and I'll speak to you tomorrow. Good night.